So this video is about brush crusher. I love that name. But I gotta talk about, you're gonna see it. Well, maybe you're not. But I've got this Yanmar tractor, the Yanmar YT359. I've had it for, well, since like 9 months now, okay? Haven't put a lot of time on it. I got a lot of machines. But I liked it a lot until today. I damaged it down there in the front, damaged it here. That's on me, I guess. But part of that is because of the transmission style, which again is meant to be a robust transmission. It's not a hydrostatic, it's not a gear drive, it's like a hybrid. Gosh, the name slips my mind, but you'll see it online. But you have to really pay attention. And when you're doing grapple work, like I was doing today, trying to feather forwards and backwards to pick up, you know, especially out of a stack of logs, was a real pain. And I think I didn't realize I rode up the front of this tractor right onto a log, and I couldn't even tell. Bent up. This is, I think, just a protective plate that protects the parking stand. It's not tied into the parking stand, but that was frustrating. You know, I dinged up the side over here with a big old branch. Unfortunately, didn't break anything there. Maybe this tractor's not made for forestry grapple work. Wouldn't be my first choice, I guess, is what I'm getting at. I kind of was ready for this video to be done. And don't let that take away from the brush crusher, because it actually, I haven't used a brush crusher in 3 years. First time using one today, because what I want to show you are these middle teeth that you have on here now, okay? This version, the SSQA version, used to not have the middle teeth. It was only the outside points here, the outside jaws. You can see how it's bolted in now, right there. And then the outside sections on the bottom. Now it's a full row across the top and the bottom. This thing's built really, really stout. I honestly thought we were gonna bend it because I was not being gentle, to put it nicely. But all the jaws are straight, every single point. Pretty impressive. Built very well. So the great thing about the brush crusher is if you don't want to get a third function, if you don't want to invest in it, if you don't have one, maybe you can't get one for your tractor, you know, those are now running $1,500 to $2,000. I had one customer say it was $2,300 for their dealer to put a third function on. So you can save all that cost. If you don't necessarily need the full precision and aren't going to use your grapple all the time, like a hydraulic grapple, then this could be a really great solution. You just have to have a skid steer quick attach, you know, the ability to pull the levers and take your bucket off and then put another tool on, like pallet forks or a brush crusher, because it doesn't require any extra hydraulic connections. The John Deere version of this is a little bit lighter duty. Well, that's not fair. They have a heavy duty version of the John Deere that can get the middle teeth now, the BC4255. And there's a lighter duty version called the BC4200 and the BC4615. But the SSQA doesn't have a lighter duty version. This is a beefier version that can work on a 60 horsepower tractor. So how it works is the curl roll function, like you would dump out a bucket or curl it up when you have a scoop full of dirt. That's going to control this top jaw, and the bottom jaw actually rests against the bottom of the loader arm, right in this area. So you're gonna lose a little bit of paint, okay? That's it though, because it just rests right along there, and that's the stop. And then you close down that top jaw, you dump your bucket, right? You close down against whatever it is, a brush pile, a log, a boulder, whatever other debris you have, and you kind of carry it almost like this, right? You know, you think of a normal grapple, hydraulic grapple, kind of clamping this way, or at least rocking back up and carrying it along this way, but it's just a vertical pinch with a brush crusher. So it's a pretty short learning curve. I asked Chris politely to not video me for the first few minutes. That way I could kind of get my bearings about me and not embarrass myself. And I don't think he honored that request.
I did not.
Folks, we are proud to be sponsored by Rimguard Solutions, a liquid ballast weight. It goes right inside your tires, completely hidden. Not only is it going to help with safety, keeping those rear tires planted on the ground, it helps with loader efficiency and traction too. The benefits of Rimguard include being the heaviest all-natural liquid ballast weight on the market. It's not going to corrode your rims like the old calcium chloride. It's not going to freeze, and it's available at over 1,000 dealers nationwide. Find the dealer near you at rimguardsolutions.com. So anyway, that's what you're looking at here. I think the video will show you. It was the hardest part. Now I've picked through this log pile a few other times, and we're actually plucking some out because we're going to do a firewood processor video. So the hardest part was kind of getting to the log you wanted, and that's how I ended up tweaking that down there, is because I was driving too far into the pile and caught a big one, and it got all jammed up in there. But otherwise, it really functioned very similar to the hydraulic grapple, where you still kind of use the grapple to push and kind of free up the log you want to get after and give it a little bit of space, and then you go after it. And I think it worked really well. If I would have had, I should have put this on my Kubota L4060, and I think it would have worked better just with the transmission control, because you're on your pedals a lot, right? So I think if you have a gear drive, that's just tough for grapple work in my opinion, and loader work in general. But with a hydro transmission, when you can just really fine tune and just, you know, otherwise you have to, maybe it's just beyond my skill set, all right? But that's it. SSQA is gonna be standard on, you know, everything besides John Deere, you know, with a few exceptions. One notable exception are gonna be these smaller series of Yanmar SA models, okay? They have their own proprietary Yanmar quick attach. Nobody knows why. So if you have that, you're out of luck. But skid steer quick attach is going to be the BC 4300 with or without center teeth. If you want to save some money, you can start out without the center teeth, add those on later. Same thing on the John Deere side. If you want to get just the basic version, see if you think you even need it. If you're just moving logs, you certainly don't need those middle teeth. You can save the money and save the weight. If you're going to be moving a lot of debris and maybe those boulders, like how I move that boulder around, having the center sections is probably a better way to go about it, because it gives you more areas and less space for things to fall through. Now, we drop ship these directly from the manufacturer to you, so oftentimes they're in stock, but you know, 2 or 3 times this year they've ran out of stock. So it's a little streaky, you know, they get on a hot run and you know, seasonality, and they'll be out of stock. But I would say plan ahead maybe 4 weeks or so if you can, just in case. We're going to be low on stock, and try to snag one of these on sale. We include free shipping to 36 states and just a little bit extra to ship to the states out west. TractorTools.com is the place to go, whether you're looking for a grapple. It could be a mechanical grapple, a hydraulic grapple, an electric grapple. Maybe it's not a grapple at all. It could be flail mowers, pallet forks, snow pushers, snow blowers, bale spears. The list goes on and on. TractorTools.com. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to stop by, and until next time, stay safe. We'll see you soon.